My name is Ashley Carr. I am the executive director of a nonprofit organization called Predators of the Heart. All right.
You have the floor.
What is the future of the business? Well, what the real future of the business is and what I want it to be, hopefully will align. I was at a place where I was looking to do programs that gave back to the community, but also benefited the organization too. We had this beautiful opportunity. We got to meet this young lady named Addie. Addie was a 9-year-old girl that was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And the brain tumor was inoperable, and she was given a short time left to live. And so we got that phone call from the Make-A-Wish Foundation asking us if we could accommodate having Addie and her family out here and do a small walkthrough and have her be introduced to animals, because she always wanted to be a vet. And we said, yeah, sure, absolutely. Like, let's do that. We actually canceled our day and brought Addie in. And that moment, that opportunity that we had to walk her and her family through here was life-changing. It was life-changing because not only did we get to see how the animals reacted to Addie's situation and how kind and gentle they were through that, we were able to give back for the first time. I mean, truly give back to a family. And it just felt really good. It felt good to be able to be a part of something so special. And you don't realize that you make an impact on people's life until you get that phone call that says, hey, would you mind if we planted a memorial out at your property for this beautiful young lady? It's just such an honor. It's something that you don't ever expect to get. And from that moment on, I was like, we need to do this more. We need to take our education to a whole new level, and maybe not necessarily even just be education about animals, but about kindness and love and purpose. And we called the parents and we said, hey, do you mind if we start a new program called Addie Allies? That's for Make-A-Wish children. And so we are able to have Addie be a part, because she's the reason why this program is even going to exist. And that is the mission for the organization, is to grow it to be able to give back. And I want to see it go far. I want to be able to get to a place where we're raising money for other organizations, and that we're helping other sanctuaries, and that we're taking a dog-eat-dog industry that I never in a million years thought it would be so easy for a nonprofit to do something so wrong or illegal for that matter and have no repercussions. And then you have an organization that is doing stuff really, really well and to the book and following all the steps and all the guidelines, and it's so complicated and it's so hard. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way at all. And so I know that there's a lot of really, really great sanctuaries out there that aren't Tiger King, that aren't, doing wrong things, and they are struggling and they're having a hard time and they're not able to advance and grow their business and the business of helping animals. Like, I'll stand behind 100%. So I want my goal, and I think all of our goal out here, is to be able to build that community, because we are all in it for the same reason, right? It's for the animals. It's not about the money. It's about purpose. It's about how you're writing your book. It's about the chapters that you're creating in your life, that when that book closes, you actually have a story. And I really want to be able to write a really good story. And I want to not do it alone. I want other people to be able to be involved in that. I want to be able to build a beautiful community and and not necessarily even just me. I want it to be a whole bunch of different organizations that come together and have the same purpose and have the same love and compassion. So where we have that, we also have the educational side of things. I would love to be in every school district from here to Ireland. I would love to be able to virtually travel school to school and educate children of why all of these animals are essential and why all of them matter. And where I would like to see that going is I would like to see it go from a place where we can actually teach kids that they matter and that they have a purpose and that we're all not going to have the same role, but we all play a different role, but it's all vital. It's all essential. There's a reason for everything. You have, from everything from your lawyers to your conservationists to your people who work at convenience stores. They're all needed. They're all essential. There's always a purpose of, why we need people and community. And so to be able to kind of correlate the two where we can say, here's apex predator the wolf that actually provides life to several other species and helps keep herds stronger. But then you have your mosquito that is also essential in the ecosystem. That is a food source and a pollinator, and they all have a reason, they all have a purpose, and so do you. And that has just been a really, really rewarding thing for us to be able to do and teach. And I don't only teach that to schools, but I get to teach that to my own kids. My own kids have separate strengths and weaknesses. And where someone is strong, utilize it. And where someone is weak, help them. That's where I'd like to see the company go. I would like to see the company go to a place of kindness, compassion, and true purpose of not only educating people about animals and why they're important, but why they're important and why they matter. And that's kind of what's created this whole name change for us, is to be able to say, because we matter. Because every animal does matter, and every person does matter. People matter, things matter. And that's kind of been the biggest thing for our growth of future, is just to really make some good programs that show that people matter and that they're appreciated. And of course, our animals always come first. We've had the honor and the privilege to rescue animals from neglectful situations, from non-neglectful situations, not bad owners, but bad law. We've had things come our way that have been really hard to stomach, and in so many different directions. We've had it come where we walk into a situation and we see an animal that's completely being abused and you're just sick to your stomach. But then we also have walked into situations where we have an owner who's having and being forced to give up their animal that they've had for 9 years, all because a law and a regulation changed. And now this animal goes through a serious time of depression and sadness and has to go through medical treatment. And people don't realize how hard it is for an animal to actually be brought into a sanctuary. And so being a sanctuary and seeing what those animals go through, the thought of having to do that to our animals is heartbreaking. To think that Zeus would have to go to another sanctuary, it would devastate him. It would be so sad. And it's not saying that he wouldn't pop out of it eventually, but the heartache and he would never have a connection with anyone the way he has a connection with me ever again. And we see that with the animals out here. Our bobcat, Jinx, he will never have the same connection with us that he has with other animals, or with his owners, Jeff. We'll never have that bond. We have a bond with him and he loves us, but not like that. So I would love to be able to continue to rescue and to continue to be an outlet for animal control in Fish and Wildlife, because I don't think animals should just be euthanized because of who they are. Hopefully we'll be able to grow enough and have enough money come in so that we can expand our operation, and then from there expand other operations, so that we have a place for animals to go and have those connections and those resources to help. Like if there's a wolf in Michigan, oh sure, we actually know a sanctuary down here, we work closely with them, we'll help fund the transport, we'll help do this, we'll help do that, we'll help build an enclosure, we'll help. And how cool would it be to be able to fly over to another state and help build something great and help somebody else? Like, how cool would that be to be able to do that? And hopefully we'll get there. I hope that we get there.